What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this is probably going to be my last tier list video of the year. These guys are my top centers in NBA 2K19 MyTEAM. So we've done tier lists for every single position twice. We've done the best overall tier list twice. We've done best budget tier list once. We have done best amethyst, rubies, pink diamonds, and diamonds and opals. We've done a lot of tier lists on this channel. But yeah, this hopefully, actually no, this probably will be the end, but we're in the middle of July now, and from probably the start of August, this game pretty much dies, so not a chance I'm going to be doing anything really into August. But yeah, so anyway, now let's get on to the list. So we are starting off with Pam Wallace. This card was terrible when he first came out. This card came out in September, and he was terrible. Like, I remember making a video on Pam Wallace and being like, he is absolutely awful. And everyone was going crazy, being like, oh, he's a pink diamond, he's the first pink diamond, he's the best card in the game. He was terrible when he came out, he is still terrible. 6'9", can't really play inside too well. Sure, he's not a right defender, but not a great defender because how much height matters. Terrible, terrible card. Ralph Sampson, underrated, one of the most underrated big men in the game, going into B tier. 7'4", a little bit short arms, which isn't ideal. However, he can shoot really well, he's got a really decent block rating. He rebounds well, he's fast, he's good inside, and a really underrated card. Miles Turner is going into B tier as well. Turner is an elite shooter. From the corners, he is money, really good shot blocker, he's fast, 6'11". He's also just, well, it's a really, really great card. There's nothing really that Miles Turner cannot do in this game in terms of center. He is a little bit undersized, he's not 7 foot tall, and I don't know, like, there are better cards in him, which is why he's in B tier. But in terms of the best, he is right there in the middle. Myers Leonard is going into C tier. Hall of Fame limitless range is great. Don't get me wrong. I love Hall of Fame, him having limitless. However, he's got a really beta release. And he's good to come to the basket. He's got a really good dunk rating. But the release just makes him really just not anything special. Next, we've got Rick Smits, who I am going to put into... I'm going to put him in the C tier in terms of the best centers in the game. Rick Smits and Mark Eaton. I don't have Mark Eaton on this list because they are the exact same player. Like, I've used both of them. They're the exact same player, except one was 150 tokens, one of them is 2.5 KMT. So, it's fairly obvious which one you should get. Rick Smits is 7'4", one of the best defenders in the game. No, he's going to B tier. He's going to B tier. He's got a really nice post game as well, really nice mid-range. I was going to put him low just because he can't shoot the ball, but he's one of the best non-shooting centers in the game. Brook Lopez is purely a three-point shooting center. He is going into B tier. B tier might be all finished by the time we get through all these. But Brook Lopez, a really nice release. He's one of the best shooting big men in the game. Shoots the absolute lights out. Good in the post. Good shot blocker, just a little bit slow, which is why he's in B tier. Dwight Howard, probably a little bit of a surprise. I'm putting him in A tier. Dwight Howard, I don't know why. I do not know why Dwight Howard shoots the lights out. So Dwight Howard, I know he doesn't have the best mid-range or three-point shot, but his release is really nice. When he's in the corner, he hits threes. Until my last game with him, he was literally shooting 100% from outside the three-point line. It is crazy. Also seems to rebound and dunk better than most players. I don't know why. He's kind of, normally when I say, oh, a little bit undersized, can't shoot, they'd be lower, but Dwight Howard, for some reason, plays brilliantly for me. Next, we got PJ Brown going into C tier. Doesn't do anything wrong, I guess. Like, a big man can shoot the ball a bit, really good in the post. He's got a good shot block. And overall, a solid card, just in terms of the best, a little bit outclassed. Thon Maker is going into B tier for one reason only, Giannis Cross. Really good shot release as well. Can play point center. Super good crossover, as I said. Just a fantastic card in this game. And in terms of budget cards, when he first came out for like 2 KMT, was a steal. Then we've got Mo Bamba, who is going into C tier. Mo Bamba, sure, when he came out, he was unbelievable, but there are better cards that have come out since. Can block shots really well, can shoot the ball really well, he's fast. And the thing with Mo Bamba is that they 100% nerfed his release. When he first came out, that first 2 weeks, he greened every single shot. And now it's nearly impossible to green with him. And a load of people have said the same thing, they've nerfed his release. Greg Oden is going into A tier. Greg Oden, really good defender, good shooter. Again, another one of the really underrated players. There used to be a stage where every team you came up against had Greg Oden. However, you don't see him much anymore, and I don't really know why that is, because he's still a beast of a card. Well, I do know why it is, there's just better centers. But Greg Oden is a fantastic card. Next up, we've got Zydrunas Ilgauskas, who I am putting into B tier. Ilgauskas, an elite shooter. Really good release. 7'3", good block, just a little bit slow. Now we're on to Nikola Jokic. Jokic is going into B tier. Jokic was S tier the last time I made this list, I'm pretty sure. He's got Hall of Fame dimer. He can be ran as a point center, a good shooter. I'm definitely going to run out of space in B tier, but just overall just solid center. Next one to Marc Gasol, and as much as I love Marc Gasol in real life, I'm putting him in C tier. Marc Gasol, I don't think he's as good as any of these guys above just because animations wise. A little bit of a long release, good shooter, good in the post, good on defense, but not exceptional at anything, and a long release, so I'm going to put him down in B tier. Now we have got Dikembe Mutombo going into A tier. Really fast, elite shot blocker, and he has got a good enough release and can actually hit some 3-pointers, which is a bit crazy. Yao Ming, no question about it. Yao Ming is going up here into S tier. Yao Ming, one of the best centers in the game without doubt. Shoots the ball really well, plays super well in the post. It's just an unbelievable card. There's no other question about it. He's 7'6", great shot blocker. One of the guys that everyone hates playing against, and one of the best cards in the game. This one's a tough one, because I'm going to put him into A tier for the reason that you cannot run Dave Cowens as center because of how small he is. However, if he was a power forward, he'd be an 8. He'd probably be close enough to S tier in power forwards. However, he can speed boost base 11. You just can't run him a center, which is why he can't be an S tier. But still an exceptional card, one of the better cards in the game, going into A tier. Wes Unseld is going into, well, Will Chamberlain, is going into B tier. There are still some people that swear by this Will Chamberlain card. And those are the people that spent 750 tokens on him earlier in the year and have used him a ton, are used to his release, or they just want to justify the fact they spent the tokens on Will Chamberlain and didn't wait it out and get someone significantly better. Will Chamberlain is well worse than all of these cards, in my opinion. Even though he shouldn't be worse than Dwight. I remember when Greg Oden came out, I used him and Will Chamberlain. I much preferred Wilt. But I much preferred Oden over Wilt. But Wilt, it's crazy to see it, but he's now in B tier. And I'm pretty sure he was S tier last time. Now we're on to Unseld going into D tier. Decent shooter, but he's 6'7". Like, there's not much I can say. He's a 6'7" center. Jermaine O'Neal is another one of those guys that is new and a fantastic card who is going into A tier. Jermaine O'Neal has got some speed. He's got a great 3-point shot. He's good enough in the post. He's got a good rebound. He got a great mid-range shot. Just a really smooth player to play with. Really easy to get his animations down. And in terms of like the best cards in the game, definitely in terms of best centers, definitely right up there. And for 3k MT, he's the best value center in my team right now. Karl Anthony Towns is going into A tier, and he'd be like in between A and S. But Karl Anthony Towns, one of the best centers in the game. Again, he's got an elite jump shot. He can speed boost with a shoe. Really good animations. Just a fantastic card. Can play defense really fast. Kareem, there's no question about it, is going into S tier as probably the best center in the game. David Robinson is also going into S tier. David Robinson and Kareem, both of these guys can shoot the ball. Both of them are elite defenders. Even though stats-wise, Robinson's better. Like, Robinson's got much better lateral quickness. They're similar in the post. Robinson's got a much better 3-ball. In my opinion, Kareem's the better card. 1 inch taller, nicer animations, and he just feels like he's the better card. Kareem and David Robinson are still arguably the 2 best centers in the game. And I think they came out one... Did they come? I think one came out on the Tuesday, one came out on the Thursday or something. They came out in the same week anyway. And it was like, we got to the stage where we had like no really good centers. And then all of a sudden we had 2 absolutely incredible centers coming out one after the other. Next we have got DeAndre Ayton. So DeAndre Ayton I'm putting into A tier. DeAndre Ayton, really big, 7'1", great animations, really high jump shot rating. However, his release is a little bit slow, but again, it's a center, so he's fine. Great in the post, great in defense, just a beast of a card. We are putting DeMarcus Cousins in A tier as well. The last time we made this list, DeMarcus Cousins was like, I had to basically say, oh, he's above S tier because he's so much better than the rest of them. So I'm pretty sure DeAndre Ayton hadn't even come out. But Boogie definitely belongs up there in A tier, near enough to top. Patrick Ewing is going right beside Will Chamberlain because I think these guys are almost even. Ewing is, well, basically everything except for Wilt. Ewing has a slow enough release, decent 3-ball though, great post game, really good fadeaway, really fast, good on defense, but I think these guys are just a little bit better. They're ahead of him. Bill Russell is going into B tier as well. Bill Russell, if he had a jump shot, would be fantastic. He is a guy that is going to be an A tier, but with a worse jump shot, basically. Everything I say about this next guy will basically be the same with Bill Russell. Shaq is going without doubt into S tier. Moses Malone is that guy. So Moses Malone is going into A tier. Moses Malone and Bill Russell are almost identical cards, except Moses Malone is lights out. That's basically it. Like, Malone can shoot the ball. They're both unbelievable defenders, like 99 everything. They're both 6'10". They both rebound fantastically well. They both push the floor really well. They're both great cards. Malone's a much better shooter, and Malone still doesn't belong in S tier, so I can't really justify having two identical cards, one being significantly better at something as important as shooting, and both of them being in the same tier. So that's why Russell's in B tier. Then we got our Arvydas Sabonis, who I am putting up into S tier. Sabonis is one of the most unstoppable and overpowered cards in my team. Sure, you can cook Sabonis. I'm not saying that he's like the best defender in the world, but unless you're like, he can block shots really well. He's a great rim protector. If someone's running like a Cowens at the 5 or a Shaq at the 5, Sabonis is going to struggle. But otherwise, they're running like a Kareem, David Robinson, Yao. He's going to be fine. 7'3", shoots the lights out. Got Hall of Fame dimer, a ton of Hall of Fame badges, and a fantastic card. Joel Embiid is going into A tier for one reason and one reason only. He will be an S tier, but he steps inside the 3-point line on corner threes. That is something that you could literally lose 4 points a game from. For that reason, I cannot have him up in S tier. There is one player only that does that, that's been S tier on any of these lists, and that was Mo Peterson. Because the 2 guard is the weakest position in my team. Hakeem Olajuwon is going into S tier. Hakeem, fantastic card, great post game, unbelievable on offense, maybe one of the best offense centers in the game. For some reason, he cannot play defense for me. He's a hologram. I've said from the start of the year, every version of Hakeem just gets dunked on every single time. I don't understand what it is. He's just basically a hologram for me. I don't know why. Then we got George Mikan. Really nice release, really good shooting stats. He's going into A tier. I've only used him in one game, but he was nice. Like, I definitely would pick up Embiid above him. He wouldn't be one of my first, or he'd be one of my, to be honest, he'd be one of my last guys to pick up in the Opal board. Will Chamberlain, Gary Payton, Frazier, and Iverson probably my last 4, and then Mikan probably after that of all the new ones. George Mikan is still a fantastic card. Really good shooter, great in the post, and just a great card in general. So anyway, that's the video. This could be the last ever tier list. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.